I'm loose. I said I'm loose, baby.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Jimmy Spice Show. We are so glad that you are here with us today. We are here with Jimmy Spice, your host, $2 Tony.
What's happening?
And our guest today, the snack of all trades.
What's up?
How's it going, buddy?
I do hope we started at this point and it's just unclear to everyone why you guys are enraged at me.
Yeah, well, you know, fucking maybe I'll just release my own shit on my own time.
You should branch off and start a solo podcast.
Yeah,
too.
I guess, buddy. This week's been pretty chill, pretty calm. I'm trying to think if anything interesting has happened. Not so much. Pretty boring. Pretty busy at work.
What happened at the zoo?
The zoo.
Was the zoo thing not this week?
No.
Oh, okay.
Tony's referring to a song that none of you will ever hear because he made me feel so insecure about it that we're not going to fucking release its recording.
I think you should do it to the karaoke version. There's
a poopy song, and no, the poop zoo story is from years ago, actually. It was intense. It was at the splash pad that was at the
splat pad, the shat pad.
And we noticed some poo running down the leg there.
Yeah.
And took it to the changing table in the men's room.
You call your child it? Child called it?
The situation.
Child called shit.
Yeah. No, the situation being it.
The situation.
The whole situation, yes. And took it to the men's room and proceeded to defoul the changing station.
Ooh.
It was pretty intense. It felt wrong. I think I did a whole pack of wipes trying to clean this fucking thing up, dude. It was pretty intense.
It was one of those koala care things, and the koala started frowning.
Yeah. What about you, man? You have anything this week that you want to regale us with?
I'm in a good mood. I don't like this about myself, but I do love to irritate and upset other people. So
yeah,
I'm somewhat of an energy vampire, and so the fact that
what do the Gen Z call that? Aura thief.
The fact that you were really excited to play your song.
I worked hard on it. You helped me work on it.
It's very funny to me that you were all hyped up about playing your song about poop, and then you got sad that I didn't enjoy it that much.
Yeah, well,
it was good. I think we should try and do a version where you just go over the instrumental, because then I can do crazy vocal effects and poopy town, you know?
All right. Well, maybe we'll vault the acoustic version.
Yeah.
And we'll put that
It'll be a B-side.
Yeah, the demo record.
It'll come out later after your suicide.
Oh my gosh, you have no idea how close to right you are. I was on the phone with a friend this week, and fatherhood has its challenges, and we were just talking about like work shit, and he's like, "What's going on in the background? You know, all the kids are just going crazy." And I just was like, I don't know, man. Maybe let's just give up. And he was like, yeah, let's do it.
Get a motel room?
Go move to the Keys. Maybe send a check every week,
Yeah.
Well, for as long as, until.
For a couple weeks.
Yeah. Max. No, but, so what movie did we pick?
Wait, I have one thing I would love you to talk about. Have we talked on the pod about the Punisher flashback idea?
No, but we should talk about that.
Could you explain that?
So, my life, at this point in my life, my children are very young and my wife is very beautiful. And there are flashes in my life, moments in my life that remind me of the flashback scenes in the movie The Punisher because they're so perfect.
Yeah.
And then I sent you some pictures one day, and my phone was so greasy that it made the screen look hazy and flashbacky. And
it's inspired by you sending me a picture of like
a pizza,
and there was so much grease. Buffalo wing grease on the phone that it looked like it was one of those, sepia tone flashback things.
It looks like my life is a scenes from a better time.
Yeah,
and we're thinking about digging into that idea a little bit more.
I'm interested in it.
I came home from work this week, and my wife was in the backyard with all 3 kids playing in this giant, like, homemade inflatable splash pad thing with all these unicorns and fountains and all this. And it was pretty Punisher flashbacky. It was pretty special. I was excited. But so we are here with Snackofalltrades.
Oh, my God.
Our fellow teammate in this endeavor.
So happy to be here.
Yeah, there's another episode of you floating around somewhere in the ether that we don't know what happened to.
Yeah, but
it was in my phone.
It was dog shit. I'm glad it's floating in the ether.
I enjoyed it thoroughly, sir.
I mean, it was fun, but I mean, come on, we shot that. We shot that thing on your phone.
I know. It's still on there. I think I didn't even figure out how.
Why
to
did we have to shoot it on the phone?
Because I don't think I brought the camera yet.
Yeah, he forgot something.
No, the battery.
He forgot.
That's
There
right.
was a
Yeah,
camera,
I
no
forgot the
battery.
battery.
That was day one.
Rookie mistake.
That was day one of all 3 of us here. Yeah, that was Snack's introduction to the squad.
Not a great first impression, but they stuck with my dumbass for some reason.
We have come light years since, having published our 10th episode last week.
Fuck yeah.
So, okay, you picked Les
Les
Misérables.
Mis.
Yeah,
Yes.
Les Mis, the most recent adaptation. Because there's another adaptation in the 90s, right?
Yeah, it's got
Claire
like
Danes?
Liam Neeson.
1998.
Claire Danes.
Claire Danes as Cosette. She was in a bunch because she was Juliet too.
Yeah, she was in all. She's very,
She looks like she's from another time.
wasn't she in not Pride and the Prejudice, but the another Little Women?
Yes.
Yeah, she's like, looks like that. But
Little Women, I'm watching. I'm expecting it's going to be midgets. Nope. It's just young ladies.
yeah, buddy, fucking. So this was you requested this a long time ago, Jack.
This is such a out of nowhere choice, and I do respect him because he contains multitudes. You would not expect. I'd expect him to be like Transformers 3, but he's
maybe.
What the fuck? You really think I like Michael Bay?
I finally convinced my wife to start watching The Wire with me. And she fucking loves it, bro. What a woman to be into The Wire. Like, I know what's coming with some of these characters, so I'm a little concerned after the end of the first season because there's some pretty horrible shit happens to a really good character.
I don't know if anybody escapes really unscathed.
She is caught up, dude.
Yeah.
It is awesome. And I'm just having a blast watching it. The Wire turns 20 this year.
It's an incredible show, incredible achievement to just have this many different people and moving parts, and
Dude.
the way that it's split up by seasons is amazing. Just keeps adding and
so
adding
much about
characters.
it, yeah.
And
written by a cop and a newspaper reporter from Baltimore, both of like decades.
yeah,
That's what David Simon was, the newspaper guy.
yeah.
And then
I didn't realize there was a cop involved.
Doug something. Yeah, he was a cop. And it's just a very, very good
David Simon's
show.
first show, Homicide: Life on the Streets, is more of a police procedural, and that's my dad's favorite TV show.
Maybe we'll do like a 10-hour episode one time on The Wire.
On The Wire, I would love to.
I would actually enjoy the fuck.
Jimmy McNulty's arc on that show is very.
Yeah. Bubbles arc. Everyone's.
I've talked about this
great.
before, maybe on here. But I don't get, I'm in recovery, and I don't get triggered by seeing people like drinking at a bar in a movie. But when I see like a detective who's like too deep in the case and he's just like
Tortured.
slamming scotch and shit, I'm like, that's fucking me, dude.
Yeah. I'm so cool like that guy.
I mean, it's
My
just
drinking has purpose.
Yeah. If there was something like that where I'm like, this little girl, someone did something bad to her. Glug, 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 glug. Like that gets me going. True Detective season 1,
Oh man.
where he's like, I have to fall off the wagon so I can infiltrate this biker gang.
That's a
Oh no, I have to do meth.
What do you think Snack's clackety clacking about over here?
I'd rather not speculate.
That's in your best
Something going in
interest.
the search engine. That's a long search. The topics have gotten more and more convoluted.
He's simultaneously in 4 different cam girls chat section.
So I don't know how we want to tackle this movie today. But I'm going to jump off and say that this movie starts it seems to me, in the middle. It's just, this is a humongous opening scene.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's pretty cool.
It's got a very epic feel to it with the music and the big ship and all this crazy
tons
stuff.
of extras. There's this huge set going on. I mean, they're dragging a ship.
Jean Valjean
on its side.
Prisoner 24601, our hero, portrayed by Hugh Jackman, is part of this giant gang of convicts that are dragging this big old ship into harbor.
And then Russell Crowe,
Javert
is
antagonist,
standing on a perch above in the rain, overseeing things very, sternly.
He's kind of constantly perched, and there's several scenes in the movie where he appears out of nowhere. They do the Javert jump scare, where you're just not expecting him, and then it's like, boom, suddenly Javert.
So there'll be plenty of time for me to dislike Russell Crowe's vocals in this film, so I do want to broadly stroke the fact that I think that he's perfect looking for this role. He has a great presence for this role. I just don't think he has the singing voice for this role. Although I did notice his singing seemed to get better, and then not so much again. It seemed like when the conversational singing is something that was kind of like agitating to me, but I think that's like a big part of this movie.
Do you know this movie was somewhat groundbreaking in the way that the singing was recorded?
Okay.
So filmed musicals of the past, typically,
they're lip synced.
They're lip synced, and they had done live singing on film before, but it was like prior to lip syncing technology being perfected, and so this is like the 1930s. But every film musical that you see prior to this, they are lip syncing along with the pre-recorded track. Mm-hmm. Tom Hooper, who directed this, he's like, every bit of dialogue in this movie essentially is going to be sung. I want the actors to be able to perform live. And so we're going to hook them up with these very high quality lavalier mics, and we're going to have them sing on set. They have a tiny earpiece in, so someone's accompanying them live on the piano. So the pianist is also responding to the performance of the vocalist.
Really?
They're
So
not singing along to a pre-recorded
The track
track
that we're hearing is live.
No, the orchestra is added in post-production.
Oh, okay.
They're singing along to a pianist who's also watching them and playing along with them. And then they get to sing and emote, on screen. And I think it leads to some really awesome stuff. Like Anne Hathaway's performance is like not something that you could get from somebody lip syncing.
So I came to the conclusion about this movie that I think that it is a very well made. I think it's very impressive feat. Like I didn't know that exactly specifically, but I knew something was different. Yeah. Like it felt like real, but I also came to the conclusion it's 100% not for me.
And it's not for everybody. I mean, do you think it's because it's a musical?
Yeah, I just have a hard time. Maybe I am too conditioned by conventional film storytelling where there's like words being spoken in regular voices to one another.
Sure.
To where this just didn't. There was like some scenes that I really loved. Like I loved like the big group songs. Those were fun. Those felt like a musical to me. And I can get with musicals. I think they're enjoyable when they're choreographed. Like the End of the Day song, when like one of the first introductions to Jean Valjean after he's hasn't he broken out by that point?
He broke parole. He gets released in the first scene of the movie.
And
I'm Javert.
And there's just like a lot of people in the street singing together, and there's like this sort of oddly choreographed, like seeing people walking. They're not necessarily dancing, but they're all sort of walking in the same direction. And I feel like that's a really cool directorial accomplishment to like, put all those pieces together. But when they're like dialoguing and they're singing, I get lost like immediately. I'm just like, yay, basically. I don't know.
What are some of your favorite musicals that you do enjoy?
Sound of Music is a fucking classic film that I love.
Great.
Mary Poppins.
Okay.
I think growing up, the Disney stuff. I loved Aladdin. When I was a kid.
I think animation and musical has like an entirely different feel, though.
Yeah, because
it's a little easier to pull off, I think.
Definitely. You don't have that lip syncing question.
Yeah, and then like Chicago. I remember when Chicago came out, the newer one with like Catherine Zeta-Jones and
Renee Zellweger.
and well, no, there's a song in Workaholics called Catherine Zeta-Jones that I was just. But anyway, John C. Reilly does Mr. Cellophane in that movie, and I thought that was incredible. I thought that movie was incredible. I fucking loved that movie.
Okay, you've established your bona fides.
Okay, continue. All right, so we're gonna.
But this one wasn't for you.
Yeah, and that is not to to define this episode of the show, but
Sure, I
figured
do
I'd
think.
let you fucking know, both of you.
No,
That's fine.
that's totally fair. I can understand like this movie not having like a super big appeal because it is like a little bit different. I mean, I'm not a big musical guy myself. Like even as a kid, I liked this movie, but I tried to watch Fiddler on the Roof and I thought it was one of the most boring productions ever. I was like, I couldn't even get through it.
So, what caused you to connect with this then? What is it about this particular movie? You said yesterday something that I found very humorous, which was you listen to one of the songs from this movie every time you have a big moment in your life. You're like, the day I graduated college, the day before I started working at Everyday Plumber.
Yeah. So the song One Day More.
Yeah.
So, yes, I did listen to that song the day before my college graduation ceremony. I listened to it the day before I got out of fucking treatment. I listened to it the day before I started working at Everyday Plumber because it was going to be my dream job. And
Remind me who One Day.
One Day
whole
More
cast.
it's the whole cast.
It's right before the act break. So it's
One Day More.
oh my gosh, turn your mic down.
Guy,
So when we're Russell,
don't listen to this fucking guy, Snacks, and this
it's,
fucking asshole.
it's an audio issue. I don't want him to distort.
Oh, whatever, bro. Your negativity will not be tolerated today.
Okay.
So continue, buddy. So you listen to this song during important moments of your life. That is pretty fucking crazy, but I'm down. Like, good for you.
It's especially funny to me.
It's not the only thing
before
I
he
do.
begins work at the plumbing company. He's
Yeah.
like, time for revolution. Russell Crowe in that song, he says, "We'll be ready for these schoolboys. They will wet themselves with blood." That's hard as fuck, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty hard.
There's some amazing
He doesn't fuck around.
turns of phrase in this, and it's translated from a French musical. Did you know that?
Yeah. Les Mis.
Okay. Well, I thought maybe it's a widely adapted novel, so I thought maybe that the original musical may have been in English, since
Oh, no.
we rule the world. But no, these songs are originally written in French and then translated to English, and that's a challenge to do that and still keep these
The
there's a lot of-
cadence and everything. And
there's just some wonderful turns of phrase.
Yeah.
I
Sweet
concur.
Jesus doesn't care.
Yeah.
So sorry, I interrupted you. What do you connect with about the film?
So I just feel like as a kid, I liked this movie, but I didn't have enough lived experience to really emotionally connect with it yet. But then because this came out when I was maybe like 11 or 12 years old, something like
it came
that.
out 13 years ago.
And much older now and having lived through some more difficult times, when I was watching it, not this last time yesterday with you, $2, but the time before that, maybe a couple months ago, I found myself hysterically sobbing at multiple points in the film because of how hard it hit.
It got me a couple times.
Dude, when Fantine, Anne Hathaway sings is a song called
I Dreamed a Dream.
I Dreamed a Dream. Yeah,
That's
dude,
where I was welling up.
that tore me the fuck up, dude. And I just related with that so hard because it's damn, it feels like the naive pleasantness of childhood and everything just got ripped away somewhere along the way, and it's that it's something I can never return to. I just have to man up.
I had a dream my life would be so different from this hell I'm living.
Dude, oh my God.
She starts that song off. She's in a casket, basically. That's where she sleeps.
Yeah, after she's been.
Yeah, it's a.
Don't
it's
they know
intense.
they're making love to someone already dead?
He's already dead.
Oh
And
my
she's
god.
and she's in a casket, or her bed looks like a casket. She looks like she's dead. Yeah, it's pretty.
This
pretty
movie's
hardcore
very
stuff.
sex negative, which I rock with. It's very anti-prostitution.
We all know that you are sex negative,
Yeah,
or just what involuntarily sex not having.
that's a different thing. But I'm also
Hashtag no
just.
fap.
I'm opposed
disagree.
to the prostitution industry.
Okay, well, that's sex negative.
Generally, kind of, yeah.
Well, I mean, aren't sex and prostitution
I'm a
different
swerf.
things?
I'm a sex worker, exclusionary, radical feminist.
I mean, I don't think sex work is great.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of it. But isn't there a progressive point of view that sex work is work?
Yes, which I disagree with. I think it's
I certainly
bad.
disagree with that.
Sure.
We officially have a stance on the Jimmy Spice show.
Well, we haven't questioned Jackson about his thoughts on it yet. Are you in agreement?
Can you pose the question to me like directly?
Do you think that sex work is
Positive force in
good?
life.
No.
All right, great.
Bam. Our
On the
first
same
fucking
page.
stance, dude. All right.
I won't stand in the way of anybody doing it. Like,
Stop!
but
I'll take care of you.
personally, no.
Is this guy bothering you? She's like, no, get away. I'm trying to make some fucking money.
I have Wendy's.
Want a biggie bag?
I'll get you a 4 for 4.
Oh my god.
All right. We went. So you saw this. You were a little kid, and you just liked it, and over time, it sort of connected with it. So, what made you choose it for this though? Is it that big of a like?
I mean, it was a pretty emotionally powerful movie for me.
Yeah.
I mean, the last podcast we talked about Interstellar, but that seemed to, I don't know, it just didn't seem to be like there was a lot of there, even though that did connect with my journey a lot as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Like I took a bunch of gummies and watched that
movie. Yeah.
before I moved down here to get sober. My parents were like, "What do you want to do?" And I was like, "I want to watch Interstellar with you
Let's
guys."
clarify that these were gummies that don't do anything to you. Also, it was Amanitas.
What?
Totally non-psychoactive.
Actually, that's not true. I got tremendous visuals, and yes,
You're watching a movie.
Amanitas do make you trip, dude.
It said you were
It was like the
watching
movie was on the TV right in front of me. I could see Matthew McConaughey when I opened my eyes.
It was like he was in the room with me, dude. It was like I was here where he was.
It was great. I watched Interstellar with my parents, and I was just sitting on the couch looking like a lizard person.
You ever wear the 3D glasses out of the theater and then you're like, wow, everything's in 3 dimensions. It's like my hands are in the toilet.
Bro, so when I was a waiter at this fancy restaurant here in Tampa called the Columbia,
Yes.
I used to keep a pair of those 3D glasses in my pocket. You wear a tuxedo when you're a waiter in that restaurant. And I had a pair of the frames to 3D glasses in my pocket. And if I was serving a big family, if there was a kid taking if I was taking a kid's order, I would do this joke where I would say, and I always kept a handkerchief on me too. And I would say, hold on, I can't hear a thing without my glasses. And I'd pull these glasses out of my pocket, on my jacket pocket, and pretend to be cleaning them, but I'd be pushing the handkerchief through as to obviously show that there was no lens in them. And then I'd put them on and I go, okay, continue. And the parents used to love that. They thought it was a very funny
Did the kids
joke.
like it?
Yeah. But that
right.
didn't matter because the kids weren't paying me. It was the
True.
fact that I was like
Good
entertaining
point.
the children. The adults, appreciated that.
The kids are just sitting there like, I have leukemia.
What is with your dark fucking brain, dude? No, it's just like a silly, like Chaplin sort of
Picturing you
Buster
trying to cheer up a
Keaton,
dying child. I don't know why.
Buster Keaton type thing to do. When I
That's
was
a good
waiter,
bit.
I used to try to mix things up a little bit.
You got to have some bits,
Yeah, man. Okay, continue.
Yeah, back to it.
You want to get into the film?
Yeah, let's do it.
So
Yeah.
we have that big opening scene, and we have the song "Look Down." A lot of the music in this is reprised throughout the movie, so this melodic theme comes back later on. The dun 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 dun.
Yeah, I noticed.
And the convicts are all saying different stuff. One of the guys is like, "I know she'll wait for me." Pfft, no way, dude. She's not holding you down. He's talking about his wife who's going to stick with him while he's in disgusting labor camp for 10 years. Nope. And this inspector that we see, this cop, Javert has a bunch of jobs throughout this. At one point, he's like an undercover spy. In this, he's like supervising this prison camp or whatever. But his main job seems to be to brood about Jean Valjean. He devotes his life to tracking down this one random prisoner. But he sees Jean Valjean, and he's like, "Pick up the flag." And Jean Valjean lifts this giant flagpole and demonstrates his superhuman strength. He's basically a superhero in this movie.
Yeah.
He's extremely strong. He's very tortured by life, but he says he's getting parole, and he has to carry this letter with him that he gives people that says he's dangerous. And this is when Russell Crowe introduces himself and says, "And I'm Javert."
Do not forget me.
Yeah. Do not forget my name. The scenes where people introduce themselves in song I love it. "My name is Marius Ponmercy, and I'm Cosette." I want to start doing that when I meet people.
Oh,
My name is Tony. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. So he leaves
I
prison.
hope you do that. I will fucking be very happy if you guys
Oh,
start
dude,
doing
you should
that.
have
Gonna put
sang
an
that.
end to my incel dumb.
Yeah.
James, you should have sang the intro for this episode. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, he should sing that at the gym.
Welcome to the Jimmy Spice Show, and I am James.
No.
All right. He gets tormented by these kids. There's this great scene of him. These children are like bothering Jean Valjean. He's like, "Get away from me." And then he gets kicked out by this innkeeper, and then the innkeeper beats him. He's having a tough time. But a priest invites him in.
It's actually a bishop.
Oh, a bishop.
Yeah.
Gives him some soup. He wolfs it down. Bad manners. But his crisis of faith throughout this movie is interesting. What do you think about like the portrayal of God and religion in the film?
I mean, it seems to be like an important part without like hyper emphasizing on it. I think it's nicely integrated.
Yeah.
Like where it's like, it seems like pro spiritual, like particularly like subtly pro Jesus, but not like shoving it down your throat, which I think is nice.
Yeah, we have in the opening song, one of the convicts all go, "Sweet Jesus doesn't care." One of them's like, "Sweet Jesus, hear my prayer." And they're like,
Yeah.
I think it's just sort of that time,
for sure.
you know. But Christianity was
It's big. It's a big part of France, you know.
big time.
And we have Jean Valjean looking, he's like trying to sleep, and he sees Jesus on the ceiling, and he gets mad. He's like,
Fuck that guy, dude.
And so he decides to steal a bunch of silver from the church, and he gets caught, but then the priest covers for him. This kind of key moment where the priest says, like, "Your soul now belongs to God, and you need to become an honest man." And he has this song where he sings, he's like, "All I know is this world of pain," but he tears up his papers, and he screams, and he's looking like a complete nutcase. The makeup in this movie is incredible.
Oh yeah. They make him look so raggedy, and like it
looks like he gets younger over time.
So he was, to lose weight for this, he would run 45 minutes on an empty stomach every morning and was like barely eating.
And he dehydrated himself for like, I think 36 hours straight or something like that.
He's used to doing that though, because when he plays Wolverine, he's so vascular, you can tell he hasn't had a drop of water.
Yeah.
Just bulging, looking like a damn Snickers bar.
One, you know, he's got a Broadway background too. He's done.
Yes, which I guess this will be the time for me to say that I cannot stand his singing voice.
It's pretty weird.
It's too much vibrato. It's everything he says is like he can't.
Like his whole thing.
Like typically in singing,
I had to put the subtitles on.
Yeah, in singing, you'll hear somebody will hit the note and they'll go "full of love," and then they start vibratoing. It's like everything he says is. People,
Oh, he's got something stuck in his throat.
people love it, and so I think maybe this is just part of me not being super attuned to what
I don't know.
musical theater is supposed to be like.
I didn't like his voice, and I didn't like Russell Crowe's voice.
Russell Crowe sounds better than him to me, but I think I'm just not tuned into what it's supposed to be.
I don't know about that one, man. That part.
People hated Russell Crowe singing.
Where Russell Crowe is singing about stars and he's like, stars. I was like, no thanks.
Back up from the mic when you do stuff like that, or I'm going to have to edit it.
But I love all the women's voices. I love the little Cosette. She has an incredible voice. Anne Hathaway, obviously. Eponine, whatever. Whoa. So much better looking than freaking Gollum.
Who's Gollum?
Amanda Seyfried.
Amanda Seyfried's beautiful too.
Like a fucking Martian. Her and Eddie Redmayne are perfect for each other because they're fucking
weird looking people.
Beautiful people.
I think Amanda Seyfried is very beautiful, but she does look strange.
She looks like she's looking for Precious, dude. She's fucking with those bulgy eyes.
Bro, and she found it.
Yeah. I would not be an Amanda Seyfried fan.
I would escort her to Mordor.
She was in Ted 2, and she has a good sense of humor about herself. So
she's very hot. I first saw her in Veronica Mars, one of my favorite TV shows.
She was in that movie with Justin Timberlake, In Time, and I remember thinking like, wow, that's a fucking very fake looking person.
Nope.
Attractively, but still weird, just like Eddie Redmayne.
Sure.
First time I ever saw him, he was in a movie called The Good Shepherd with Matt Damon and Robert De Niro.
He did a movie with this director called The Danish Girl that's about the first trans, something like that.
And then he played, what's his nuts, the famous mathematician?
Stephen Hawking.
Yeah.
But there's a flash forward. 8 years later, Javert, so Jean Valjean has decided, I'm giving up my old identity.
And now he's rich. And how
I'm a new guy. He got his paper up, dude. He took the candlesticks. And I don't think he sold them.
He turned a 2 to a 4 to a 8.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. He's probably selling drugs.
I'm just saying, they don't give you a lot of fucking explanation here.
Maybe hit a funky ass dice game and came up off of that. But
this is another thing that does like kind of bother me is like, you know how he's like, he becomes the mayor of the town and like has the businesses like there. We can like kind of skip the gap in logic there, like for the sake of it. But then like later when he has to leave, and I'm skipping ahead a little bit, it's not explained what his occupation is. Like once Cosette is like grown up and everything, and they're just kind of on the run and in hiding, but they seem to maintain a comfortable lifestyle somehow. And it's like,
I think he just still has his bands from when he owned the factory and shit.
Possible. Maybe like he's got friends or whatever that he's got goodwill with and all that.
Yeah, that type of thing, I think. But
hood rich.
For sure. We see Javert riding into town, and the poor sing this song at the end of the day, where they all look disgusting. These poor people all have crazy facial sores. They look nasty, dude. They look like genuinely poor, bedraggled folks. And
there's a very quick...
At the end of the day or another day,
I actually, that was one of the songs that I liked.
You like the group numbers. I get it.
Yeah, is this the plague that we're seeing?
No.
They mentioned the plague.
Maybe.
Yeah, what is it on? It's on everyone's face. What's causing all this lesions?
Herpes.
So just everyone's got the herpes.
They're sucking and fucking in the gutter constantly.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad.
You see homeless people doing sex acts pretty often.
Do you? I don't look at homeless people doing sex acts at all. I don't know if I've ever witnessed that.
I have selflessly devoted my life to service others, so... In New Orleans, we would do what's called the point in time count, where you have to try and count how many homeless people there are in the city. And that requires going under the bridge with a flashlight at night and like finding people. And you would see people humping, you know?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
There's prison gay and then there's
saying,
street gay. You been homeless? I'm sure you did some gay stuff.
No. Never felt the need to do any gay stuff in my homelessness.
Well, you know.
When I was in my homeless period in life, my genitals could not have existed and I wouldn't have noticed. There was no sex. That's anti-sexual.
Respect.
Yeah, I just no need for that. Drugs was all I was interested in.
Sexually anorexic.
I'm being silly though. I understand what you mean. How, yes, there are homeless people that do.
They're humping.
Yeah, they be humping though.
Then you got me. I got a place to live. I'm not getting any. How does that work?
Well, you know, some may say you only have yourself to blame, sir.
Speaking of sex, the factory supervisor is grabbing butts at work. We see
Big
these
time.
ladies, they're continuing the song, singing in like a, I think they're seamstresses or something of that sort, but they're in this factory.
Yeah.
They're all wearing these uniforms, and the factory supervisor's walking around grabbing ass. And in particular, he's harassing Fantine, excuse me, Anne Hathaway. And the other ladies that work there are all evil bitches.
Yeah, and they're like jealous.
They're jealous because Fantine is kind of beautiful, I guess.
Yeah.
She looks normal. They all have this garish, crazy makeup on. But,
And their teeth look disgusting.
For sure. And one of them grabs this letter away from her, and it's a letter talking about her child being sick. So I was kind of like, why is this such a big deal? And looking into it, in the original novel, the fact that she was an unwed mother is very scandalous.
Ooh.
And that's what gets her fired, basically. The boss comes in. It's formerly known as, the artist formerly known as Jean Valjean. He's the damn mayor of the town and the owner
Mayor
of the
Madeline,
factory.
I think.
Mayor Madeline is what he's going by now. Girl's name, no big deal. But
He's French.
Fantine says she's paying to get her child cared for because she was abandoned by the dad. In the novel, they reveal he was this like wealthy student and came and got her when she was a broke little child and abandoned her when their baby Cosette was 2 years old. And so she's had to put Cosette up at this inn with the Thénardiers, who we meet later, to take care of her. And she's working and sending money back to care for her child. But the women all call her a slut. And the factory supervisor calls her a slut too. He has this line where he goes, "You play a virgin in the light, but need no urging in the night." They're just also all basically like, "You're a whore. Ew, you have a baby? Ew."
They're haters.
They are haters.
She's beautiful and she has a beautiful child, and they hate her for it.
The portrayal of women in this play, in this musical and movie, is interesting to me because all the women at the factory are bitches to Fantine, and then also later the prostitutes are all like urging her to sell her teeth and hair and become one of them.
Yeah.
It's not the most feministy movie, I'll just say that.
And the only other female character other than Cosette is Helena Bonham Carter's character, which is not the best portrayal of a lady.
She's awesome, though. I can't wait to talk about that.
Best fucking character. Her and What's His Nuts are the best two characters, in my opinion.
But Javert is there to work as the police inspector, and he introduces himself to Jean Valjean and is kind of like, "I don't know you from somewhere, bro." And Jean Valjean saves this guy with his crazy strength. He pulls a cart off of this guy who's about to die. And Javert recognizes him. One of the things that I'm sure irritates casual viewers of this, but that I enjoy, is that people just like say their internal monologue out loud while singing. He's just like, "Can this be this man? But no, I shouldn't say." But he's basically like, yeah, that's Jean Valjean.
It feels like Phantom of the Opera kind of thing to me.
I've never seen Phantom.
I've seen
that's
it
Trump's
like
favorite
a
musical.
long time ago.
Trump is a huge fan of musical theater.
You know who played them in the last one? It was Gerard Butler. It was like one of his first
That's
roles.
crazy.
It was like one of his first roles.
Interesting. Was he singing?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. I got to check that out. But Fantine is like trying to pawn this locket that she has from her daughter, and ends up down at the docks, and there's a bunch of stinking scabrous whores hanging out, and these horny men singing this song, Lovely Ladies. One of them goes, "Think I'll drop my anchor in that harbor over there. 7 months at sea and now I'm hungry for a poke."
Yeah.
Pretty funny song.
There was a lot of stuff in this movie that had Teresa sort of cringing.
It's bawdy.
Yeah, I don't mind it, but like that was probably my least favorite scene, is just because of the cringe.
Yeah.
But the storytelling elements are still great.
But it leads to, Anne Hathaway's sort of very powerful experience and then following performance.
She sells her hair, then she sells some of her teeth, and they finally recruit her to have sex with a guy. They sing the song. They go, "Poor men, rich men, leaders of the land. See them with their trousers off, they're never quite as grand."
Did you write these fucking lyrics down, dude?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I was enjoying this movie. So they desperately try to persuade her to be a slut. What do you think about that, Jackson?
I mean, she's trying to save her child's life. And the really shitty part about it is the note that she received that Cosette was sick was actually not true. Like they were just trying to squeeze as much money out of Fantine as they could. And she ends up like going through all of this horrible experience, like this tremendous suffering trying to save her daughter, and probably didn't need to, if only she had known.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So
it kind of took all that though for Jean Valjean to step in.
sure, absolutely.
Yeah, that's true. It presents an opportunity for Jean Valjean to like do the right thing. So
when I say I'm sex negative, the contemporary messaging in society for a lot of people is this is just this meaningless thing. It doesn't matter if you do it with whoever. It's not a big deal, you know? And that's when you get to sex work as work people, they're like, you know, I deserve to be compensated for this, but it's not morally degrading to me to have sex with a stranger for money, you know?
Yeah.
And this movie presents it as pretty horrible, as something that ultimately like breaks her down and makes her pretty miserable.
Well, it's just something. It's like it's the lowest bar for entry humanly possible. You're like, there's nothing that you are really bringing to the table other than your orifice to earn this money. I think that's why it doesn't hold a lot of value, because it doesn't take a lot of skill.
It does hold a lot of value for some people, though.
Well, yeah, but not on the, social spectrum, generally speaking. I mean, now maybe, but I think that's, it promotes the idea that you don't have to like work hard or learn anything or become good at anything. And it also is like, what does that do to your self-worth? There's nothing else about you that's worthy of creating income or professional relationship or growth other than just to have sex with people.
Yes.
That's why it's negative, right?
I mean, I think that is one reason why I think that it's something that I'm generally opposed to, is that like you said, it reduces people to just their mere physical attributes.
Yeah.
And
objectification is like the ultimate result of it.
Sure. And I also I feel that sex is something that ought to be an act of love.
Yeah, or like an expression of intimacy between two people.
Certainly.
It's like I love the idea like that our civilization has sort of determined that act, belongs between two people. I think monogamy is a wonderful thing because it's so challenging. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Feels sort of against nature, to some degree, at least when you're younger. But I think that's what kind of divides us in a way.
From the brutes and the beasts.
We're not just apes,
Rutting away,
wanking
humping.
Look at that big, bright red booty.
Guy like me, I'm tender.
And bashful.
Kissing you all over your body from head to toe.
That's enough.
I'm rubbing you down with lotions and
Save
oils.
that for the spoiled brats.
I'm lighting candles. Dripping candle wax on you. Ow! Ooh, that hurts.
Ooh.
Sorry.
That's what you get the ice. Oh, it's fine. I got a bucket of ice here too.
I'm
baby.
checking in with you constantly to make sure everything's okay.
It's actually.
Do you
quite
mind
annoying.
if I suck your toes?
Put a little bit of mayonnaise on them?
I never asked this in the last episode. Sorry, this is a side thing. But when I played the song, I didn't ask because I love the way you smack my ass.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing in the act of sex if your lover starts smacking you on the butt as a man? What would you do?
What would I do?
If you're humping and then your chick starts...
Like, hey now. That's not necessary.
Are you going to grab her hand?
Yeah, but I just know. Like, I'm not trying to ruin the vibe here, but no, that's what I would say.
Fellas, please comment right into the show what you're doing if you're hitting it missionary, you're doing front shots, and your girl starts smacking you on the ass.
Yeah, we truly want to know.
Do you dig it or not?
We'll do a whole episode on this. Yeah.
I'm very interested in that, because it's seems so wrong, and yet it's right there. It has to have happened to someone. All right.
I'm confident.
Yeah. Are you done?
Yeah, so she says, easy money lying on a bed. Don't they know they're making love to one that's already dead?
And then proceeds with
I dreamed a dream, which is this. I will say I was not digging the movie too much up to this point. Lovely Lady song, I was like, oh, this is, bawdy and fun. But this performance by Anne Hathaway, which she was nominated for an Oscar, is incredible.
She didn't win.
I don't think she won, no.
I think she did get best supporting cast. Wait, let me look.
Well, she's definitely not the lead in the movie.
No. Let me.
But
Please check it out.
Yeah.
so this is a super powerful scene. I mean, there's no denying that this is like heavy stuff.
This melody of this song also, which
it's very
recurs
beautiful.
throughout the movie. But I've been listening to this song like nonstop since I saw the movie. Do you remember Susan Boyle? Susan Boyle.
Sounds familiar.
This was like early. This was maybe like 2009 or something. It was early YouTube era, like early in the viral video thing. She was on Britain's Got Talent.
girl. Yeah.
Anne Hathaway did win the Oscar.
Oh, for Best Supporting?
Yeah, Best Supporting Actress.
Good. She deserves it. She was incredible.
Yeah, that reel you sent me said the moment she won.
True.
Yeah.
I should have paid attention. Susan Boyle comes out on the stage at America's Got Talent, or Britain's Got Talent, and she's a homely woman. She's just not she's not very attractive. She's kind of dumpy and overweight. She's like, I'm going to sing. And Simon Cowell's like, ugh, get this nasty, ugly bitch off the stage. And then she launches into this song, and like everybody's blown away. She became a celebrity in Britain because of this. She's probably the
internationally.
biggest,
I mean, I heard about it. I'm not even fucking into that kind of
She's got an incredible voice. And watching that YouTube video of that, I felt very emotional because the song that she's singing is also one that's about like a defeated person who had dreams of like and hope and wanted more out of life and didn't get that. And so her being this woman who is like, not a super babe, coming up and singing that song was, I feel like, very brave and vulnerable. And I understand why it was such a big thing. I never connected that before, that was like the song that she sings. But that song is like, I could go on about it.
Yeah. It was very
Cool
very
story,
hard.
bro.
Ooh.
I don't have to fucking do this shit.
No, I mean, for someone who was sort of checked out too, that definitely had a lot of emotion.
And she's comparing this to other versions of the song because I've been listening to it now. Like she puts a ton of like vocal inflection into it, where you're watching other versions of this, and it's like somebody standing up at a microphone and they're doing stuff with their face to indicate that they're upset. But her version, she's like screaming at points. He took my childhood in his stride, and she like breaks down to like a near whisper. I had a dream my life would be. And it's really like raw type of thing that could only be done live on set without this lip syncing.
Yeah.
And that's also super impressive to be hitting the notes that way. I'm sure they did maybe a little bit of pitch correction and stuff, but it's awesome. It's my favorite scene in the movie by far.
All right, we've established how Tony feels about I Dreamed a Dream. And this moves forward with her being accosted by
Barnetta Bois.
Yeah, he's
She's
shoving
just like,
snow down her breasts.
I don't want you.
Yeah, and so she rips chunks out of his fucking ugly face.
How does she do that? Does she have a knife or something?
No, that's her fingers.
Her
dude.
nails, bro.
You ain't never been in a real fight with an angry woman, have you?
I've been scratched
Buddy.
on my back during lovemaking. I'm telling you, dude.
Had my ass looking like a zebra.
My
cool.
wife has talents, bro.
Okay.
And I have, dude.
Now you're doing the... I see why you're uncomfortable when I do it. We can move on.
Anyway, they
She slashes him. Javert shows up, wants to arrest her.
yeah.
Jean
he's
Valjean
heard such
interrupts.
protestations.
Yeah.
Every day for 20 years.
Yeah.
Let's have no more explanations. Save your breath. Save your tears.
Yes.
What an asshole.
He's like, I don't want to hear it, lady.
Which Jackson made a funny observation earlier that there's a, typical relationship with guys in recovery when you're trying to help a new guy and he's constantly saying dumb shit.
A lot of excuses.
A lot of excuses. A lot of I'm gonna go hang out with professional sex workers instead of be a part of this community. And this whole speech would be kind of appropriate in some of those moments.
For sure.
I've heard that dumb shit a million times.
Yeah.
Save your breath, save your tears. It's pretty good. That was clever. All right, where do we go from here?
So she
Valjean shows up and like does the right thing, and
she spits on him though.
Well, yeah, because
First, yeah.
he earlier Valjean left the foreman to deal with the situation and was like, be as patient as you can. And then I think he was going to deal with it himself, but then he catches the glimpse of Javert showing up and he gets like struck with fear and is like, what the fuck is this guy doing here? And then he goes to deal with him and leaves the foreman. And then, you know, Fantine is like, you let your foreman send me away.
Hawk to her.
Yeah. She don't hawk to her. I don't talk to her.
Whoa.
Yeah, cut that out. So
Why?
Javert tells
Because he didn't think of it.
Quite the contentious episode
you didn't think of that either.
today.
Javert says that he filed a false report about Jean Valjean. He was like, I confess, I thought that you were someone else, but now they've caught him and he's about to face the court. So Jean Valjean,
Yeah, now he's torn.
he faces this dilemma, which may be familiar to people in recovery, this thing of like,
I want to talk about that other scene though, real quick. before-
sure, go ahead.
So Javert is just, we get a glimpse into just how crazy he is with this. It's not just that he's a hard ass, but he is like obsessed with justice, because it's like whenever he fucks up, he expects somebody to like bring the hammer down on him.
Yeah.
Which I think demonstrates it's like, it stems from probably some kind of like self-loathing that he's got. And
He
that's
grew
also
up in a prison.
Yeah,
he that's
describes
hinted at.
later
He's
he
like,
grew up on the...
I was born inside a jail. I was born with scum like you. I am from the gutter too.
Keep going.
That's the end of the song.
Okay.
Thought you were paying attention, dog. Guess that was just a bunch of bullshit. So Javert goes Jean Valjean. He's like, I need to be punished. I'm a dookie duke. And then Jean Valjean finds out what's happening, has this dilemma, but realizes that he is Cosette's only chance of a good life.
So
So if he turns himself in, he throws her future away too.
he's like, I need to make amends for what I have done, but doing so, I'll risk injury to others who depend on me.
This is one of my favorite lines in the movie is, if I speak, I am condemned.
Yeah.
If I stay silent, I am damned.
Yeah.
But it's Hugh Jackman, so it's,
And he
He's got a whammy
decides
bar on his vocal cords.
he decides to
go confess.
well, he tries to.
Yeah, and they don't buy it.
Yeah, it don't work, man. They're like, get out of here.
Mayor, you are
damn-
not well.
Get out of here, Wolverine, they say. and he gets out of there.
And he's now at the hospital where Fantine is dying.
And she tripping balls too. She's
Yeah.
seeing babies where there ain't no babies.
She's a DMT's hitting her brain.
Boom. What is she dying from?
Tuberculosis. Consumption, they called it back then.
Ah, the old TB.
Pretty painful way to go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't take the TB test because it'll come up positive. I have like the residual thing for that.
You had TB before?
Yeah, well,
was it like?
I sort of have the thing in my blood or whatever, and I don't actually have TB. But if you
Good.
if you test me with that skin test, it'll come up positive.
Okay.
Yeah, I forget what the actual reason. I found all of this out in institutions over time because you always get tested
Yes,
for
I know.
tuberculosis.
We had to do that with the homeless folks.
Yeah, in homeless shelters and in jail. You always get tested for TB, and I had to carry a card for the longest time. It was like, do not give this guy a TB test. Like, I'm not supposed to have this stuff because the TB test is a small variation of the virus.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway.
Javert jump scare. He appears in the hospital. He's like, boom. And Jean Valjean's like, give me 3 days to go save Cosette. And that's where Javert has his thing where he's like, I was born in a jail with bitch ass folks like yourself.
Hell yeah, po people.
So Tony and I had an interesting
Motherfucking
conversation.
Turkish chicken eating ass. What?
So Tony and I had an interesting conversation when we were watching the movie. It's like, was Valjean like lying and like not going to come back after 3 days? Because like, where was he going to put Cosette? Like, because if he wasn't going to be able to be with her, if he was going to be in jail, like, was he going to try to set her up with just like a better family, or like what was his plan?
And he hasn't met the Thénardiers yet.
Man, I think he's sort of blindly, he's not necessarily lying, but he's not really thinking the whole thing through. He's meaning what he says. I mean, fuck, dude, how many times have you been like, I just need fucking $20. I'll quit drinking tomorrow or whatever. That same kind of vibe. Like, I just need 3 days. I'll figure it out. I just need 3 days.
Sure.
Yeah, he's not really thinking the whole scope through.
Just to get him out of that moment.
Yeah. He's just, I need to accomplish, X, Y, and Z, and I need this amount of time. And, it's not realistic. And as soon as he has Cosette in his care, there's this wonderful song that I related to, where he's like, I never knew life could have this much hope. I never knew I could feel so much joy. You know what I mean?
Is that when they're in the horse and buggy or whatever?
Yeah, in the horse and buggy, and he's like, I'm looking around, fucking everything's beautiful. Yeah. I never realized I could even think this way about the world, and it's all because he has, this little wonderful person that he's in charge of and that he's caring for. It feels like he has a child. Yeah, essentially.
Tony, what do you think about the line where he's like, I will be like a mother and father to you?
He's non-binary.
Well, I guess we kind of skipped over that.
We skipped over the
Master of the
House, which is one of the best scenes. It's
well, we see Cosette getting abused and treated like shit by Mistress Thénardier, portrayed by Helena Bonham Carter.
Yeah,
she's great. Helena Bonham Carter just loves to have dirt on her face and her boobs shoved into a bustier.
Yeah,
that's her constantly doing that.
Yeah.
And she looks great. And we see her spoiling Eponine, which is her daughter, and treating Cosette like crap, making Cosette go walk around in the woods when it's dark.
And then Sacha Baron Cohen, playing Master of the House. What's his character's name?
Master Thénardier.
I don't think I could, and I tried for a little bit to cast that role differently. I think
he's great.
Fucking perfect.
It is interesting, I will say, that he, as a person of Israeli descent, portrays an incredibly cheap and conniving landlord.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's always
he
funny,
seems all too happy to do it, too.
Yeah. Well, he's played around with that identity before.
There's like a quick cut where he is
hater.
like...
Borat hates Jewish people. Go ahead.
There's a quick... Yeah, that's true. There's a quick cut where he's like pissing in the wine, like disgusting.
Bro.
Like,
and he hands it right to the guy, and the cut is like pissing in the wine, and then the guy drinking it. Yeah. It almost took a second to catch what had happened.
Oh yeah, because there's so much like depravity shoved into this like 3-minute scene that it's like hard to keep track of it all. And like dude, when they're shoving all the fucking animals and cattails and crap into the meat grinder, and it makes my skin crawl.
I thought it was a prosthetic leg he pulled off that person, but then he's shoving it into the meat grinder.
I think he's just grinding up the prosthetic leg.
Yeah.
He didn't give a damn, man.
Yeah, it looks like meat. Yeah, there's like a fucking there's a bunch of layers there.
And this is the song Master of the House. You said this was one of your favorite scenes in the movie.
This scene sort of started to rejuvenate me because I was getting lost a little bit. And I don't know, like I said, it was just one of these things where it was just like, man, I'm having a hard time keeping my attention on this. We didn't make it the first night. I don't even think we made it this far. I think we made it to I Dreamt a Dream, and we were like, all right, we're in over our heads here. So the next day, though, we're sort of not paying attention, sort of paying attention. Teresa's, we're in this phase now too, where we're working at that point of our nights too. So it's like she's prepping for work. I'm blah, 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 blah. Bullshit. But that scene came on and it grabbed my attention. I didn't even know that those two actors were in that fucking movie, dude. The only actors I knew about were the three. Anne Hathaway, Hugh Jackman, Russell Crowe. And
sure,
I was super stoked when I saw Helena and when I saw Sacha Baron. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. And so I was into that. I really liked that whole... That felt like a musical. Like I said, I like the big numbers.
It's very slapsticky. It's very gross. Yeah. There's all these drunks puking on themselves, and they're, robbing them blind, stealing stuff from them, figuring out ways to charge people extra fees. Yeah. Sacha Baron Cohen is kind of like educating his daughter Eponine on how how to jig these guys and get more cash out of them. Incredible set design. And then, so he's the main guy singing the song, but then it cuts to Helena Bonham Carter, his wife.
She does like another version sort of from her perspective.
Yeah. And she sits on this guy's lap and complains about her husband. And he's kind of like watching from afar. But then you see in the end, she still robs the guy with her husband.
She's pickpockets.
One of the parts that I didn't enjoy in this is that they entice Santa away from some children. And the children are like, oh, and they cry. And then Santa
He's getting laid.
has sex with a prosty.
Top. Yeah, dude. You didn't
Santa
like that?
wouldn't do that. That was clearly an imposter.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Good observation.
And then at the end, he's getting like dragged away on a box.
For all of our children listeners,
Like-
Santa Claus would never engage
No, definitely
in
not.
such behavior. Okay.
So then Jean Valjean just appears in the wood. He's got he must have put an air tag on Cosette or something because he's just tracking her down. And he's like, do not be afraid. And he buys her off the Thénardiers for 1,500 francs, basically. They're like pretending that they love her. It's a bit where Sacha Baron Cohen can't remember her name.
Yeah.
And they're like, she's been so ill so
he keeps
frequently.
saying her name wrong throughout the rest of the film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they're the bit. Yeah. All right. And then, so this was before. And then, okay, after this is the
Javert pulls up.
Yeah, Jean Valjean scene where in the horse and buggy.
Yes.
And, okay.
But Javert pulls up moments after Jean Valjean and Cosette leave the inn.
Yeah.
And then he's got this song in the buggy, and he heads off to a church again, and he encounters the guy that he saved from a cart, and basically he gets some sanctuary at this church for him and Cosette, and Javert then sings this song To the Stars, which is like Russell Crowe's big solo in the movie.
Well,
Yes.
apart from at the very end.
And this is his big solo in the movie. And he swears by the stars he's going to find Jean Valjean. Why is he on Jean Valjean's meat so hard?
Because he's the one that got away.
I'm sure there were many other people that broke parole.
Yeah, but that's not what we're led to believe. We're led to believe that his fucking career is untarnished other than this. I feel like that's the thing, is he is the epitome of successful
Justice.
law keepers. Yeah.
Yeah. And like he
he
says,
has
like,
this
no man
one-
is beyond our reach and shit like that.
He's got one blemish, dude, and it's this fucking cat. And he keeps rolling up on him over the decades, dude, every time they're...
He's got an ear tag on him or something. He's Jean Valjean's nemesis.
Well, show.
And it cuts. It's now 1832, 9 years later.
In Paris.
We have a reprise of Look Down with like the beggars singing like, look down, see the poor people at your feet. And we meet Gavroche.
The young
One of my
boy,
favorite characters.
Yeah.
who, in
Adorable moppet.
my opinion, resembles young Cosette
Kind of.
in a way.
Yeah.
This whole like young French, long blonde kind of vibe anyway.
And he has a thing that kind of talks about it's interesting to look at this movie through a political lens because obviously it's about like a failed revolution, which was an actual revolution, the June Revolt in France in 1832. And he says, there was a time we killed the king. We tried to change the world too fast. Now we've got another king and he's no better than the last. But he says, this is the land where we fight for liberty.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about equality. Everyone's equal when they're dead.
Yeah. And we find out that these students are agitating for liberty. There's this guy, General Lamarck, who's critical of the monarchy, but he's dying. And they're like, we're going to use General Lamarck's death to mount our revolt.
Okay. Where are we going from here? Is this the
I
end?
mean,
Roll credits?
Just thought someone might have some comments on that.
I mean, I like that we get the little history lesson from Gavroche. I feel like it shows like, I don't know, even if you're like young and scrappy, it's like you can still be incredibly intelligent and aware. And I thought that was a cool thing to add.
What little people can do.
Yeah.
Midgets?
No. Gavroche, I believe, is a young man.
Yeah.
But it does...
He's like 12.
The political viewpoint of the movie seems to be somewhat in favor of what you would call like incrementalism, of changing things a little bit more slowly. We tried to change the world too fast. Now we have another king already.
Yeah.
And this is, a few decades after the French Revolution. But it is interesting to look at France as this like the birthplace of liberty or whatever. Come on, bro, that's the United States.
Well, they're the ones that made the Liberty statue and sent it to us, so they were definitely down with the idea.
They were for sure, but they're on our meat, bro. The French Revolution was influenced by the American Revolution.
I'm not enough of a history buff to know, but I feel like liberty is much more known as an American idea.
Yeah, dude. But we have some interesting things in common with France.
Yeah.
Lafayette was, agitated for the American Revolution and then went over there and helped with the French Revolution as well. Okay. He's one of my favorite historical figures.
I mean, they were helping us out when we were breaking free from releasing the shackles of the British Empire.
They
were hooking some brothers up, dude, with some love, right?
If you have to choose between France and England, I'm going with France.
Yeah.
All day, every day. They like to party.
They are definitely partiers.
And they have much better food. Beans on toast is fucking disgusting.
There's beans on toast with Parmesan cheese.
British food is famously fucking gross, horrendous.
French food is fire. So much butter.
British cinema's okay.
British cinema's okay.
French cinema's
I'm talking about
better.
the political culture and like the overall national character. I much prefer.
Yeah, something cool about France is there. Well, not anymore because it's all the euro, but the franc, that was all artists and famous philosophers on their money, not like politicians or whatever.
Yeah, that's cool. But one of the students agitating for liberty is this guy Marius, and he's introduced. He's played by Eddie Redmayne. He's kind of the main male character other than Jean Valjean for the end of the movie, I guess I'll say. He's the romantic lead of the film. And we learn that he has a rich grandpa, but he says, I don't want a single franc I haven't earned. And we see grown-up Eponine, the daughter of the Thénardiers, has this crush on her. I made a note. Her waist is snatched. She has a crazy corset on. She looks... I'm a big fan of her. I want to see what else that actress has done. But
you like hourglasses?
Yeah, man.
Oh, wait.
Reminds me of The Passage of Time.
You want to see what else Seyfried has done?
No, I know what she's been in. I wanted to see what else Eponine has been in.
Yeah,
but
did you pull that thread? Because I didn't. I don't even know what that actress's name is.
But I, of course, as a lover myself, relate to her position of just being unrequited love for this guy and kind of like too shy to confess it or say anything and just being like, he doesn't know that I exist.
Except for her, it's one person, and for you, it seems to be like numerous.
Sure. Absolutely. So I relate even more. I relate to her times 3.5 billion. Every woman. Wait, let's get over the age of
there 18. You go. Let's get some guidelines here. Over the age of 18, under the weight of 225 or no? Okay.
More to love.
More. Great. I'm fucking with it. Any other? Is there an age limit?
Yes. You can't be demented. No dementia.
So
I want a consenting adult.
Yeah. I mean, I met an 84-year-old Cuban lady yesterday at my grandmother's house, my grandmother's neighbor, all the way there.
Hot.
At one point in our nation's history, I believe so.
Sweet.
Yeah. I could go on with this for a while, but I guess we should keep talking about the film. So, Jackson, how do you feel about the Eddie Redmayne...
Amanda Seyfried.
Well, no, okay. Eddie Redmayne.
Marius. Ponmose.
Just him in particular?
Well, just,
I mean, like, he's
kind
of a generically likable, like, secondary protagonist, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like what was kind of lacking, like, getting it, like, if we're talking about his character, I feel like... the love that he has with Cosette is like just a little bit too much on the like Disney fairy tale side for me, where it just like kind of happens.
Yeah.
I know that I know Tony has different feelings about this, but I thought it would have been a little bit more compelling if maybe he had a moment where maybe it doesn't have to be a big scene, but just where he does something like noble or like manly or whatever. And Cosette like is a witness to it. and maybe he doesn't even know that she's a witness to it, but he still like has a crush on her or something. I don't know. Just some reason for them to like each other other than like, you're hot.
It's called love at first sight.
Fuck that.
It happens.
I just kind of feel like
Happens to me every day.
like
One-sided.
it's a little bit fucking late
How effective has that been
in
for
the
you?
movie for
Right.
a motherfucking. You know, we're 60 to 70% of the way through our story, and now there's a new fucking love arc to happen. It just feels like there's nothing conventional about the way the story's told.
Sure.
And that,
It's a sprawling novel. The novel has
so that's
like
I think
100 characters.
part
You know,
of the adaptation of it is what I struggle with. Is like I'm looking for, you know, I'm
A main thread.
yeah, and I'm just you know, your typical everyday
Plumber.
viewer, consumer of story, and I, you know, if something goes off the beaten path, it, you know, shakes me a little bit.
Yeah.
you want to know how many pages this book is?
No,
Okay.
I'm sure it's long as all
it-
get out.
I'm sure it's 4 digits,
Yes,
maybe 5, not 5.
it is. It's 4 digits.
Is the first digit a 2?
No, it's a 1,400-page book in English. So there's
did
a
wanna know.
lot going on.
I did
Oh,
wanna know.
you
I was
fooled
like-
me. But yeah, it is. There is this thread through the last half of the movie, which is about like the love between these two characters. I do kind of agree with Jackson. We don't see anything to substantiate why they're so into each other, other than that they're both just young, fucking hot pieces of ass. You know,
That's
yeah,
fucking
it's like
debatable.
love at first sight. They see each other.
it's not unbelievable. It's just not like super compelling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's on all with this backdrop of the French Revolution happening,
Well, the June Revolution.
June Revolution happening.
Yeah. Jean Valjean encounters the Thénardiers. They're scamming with a fake baby, and they kind of recognize him.
Yes.
And then
Get another Javert jump scare. I think
Javert
that's hilarious.
suddenly shows up, and he hoists Gavroche in the air, which is crazy. He's just like,
Let him speak to Javert.
yeah, he just grabs this little kid off the street. But Marius asks Eponine to find Cosette, but not let her father know. Because Marius is like, okay, so your parents know who this guy is. I need to meet the girl. And he tasks Eponine with this. And Eponine's like, what will you do for me? She's basically like, oh, if I introduce you to this babe, maybe you'll like give me a kiss or some shit. She's down bad, dude. Eponine is a femcel.
Big time.
And she's so hot. I
It's
love her.
crazy. It fucking frustrates me.
This is how I am. I mean, I'm an incredibly attractive guy and just can't seem to find a woman. But the students, this is one of the funniest scenes in the movie to me.
indeed.
The students are all drinking and they're planning their revolution. And Mario shows up and he's just like, I've met a girl. They're like the blood of angry men. And Marius is like, if you saw her today, you would know how it feels to be struck to the bone in a moment of breathless delight. And they're like, bro, we're trying to overthrow the government here. And he's like, her beauty is beyond compare. Like he's freaking out about this babe. And
Yeah,
they're all
not-
like,
yeah.
chill out, man. We're trying to fucking do a revolution here.
They're like, shut up about Yoko already, dude.
Yeah, he's very distracted about this.
Yeah, they're trying to get some shit done for real.
He's literally too horny to focus on the revolution. And his friend says, who cares about your lonely soul, bro? We're trying to friggin' save La Francia.
You know what that reminds me of? Reminds me of like Tony's love issues when we're trying to do a fucking podcast.
Yeah, dude, getting in the way.
How?
Just, you know, many, many ways. Too many ways to count.
Just a friendly poke. I don't really give a shit, Tony. I wish you the best in your pursuits.
I was trying to piggyback him, but I do feel that way. I'm just not.
I'm going to do a suicide bombing at our next episode.
I'll be looking for your manifesto on
Controlled
fucking
demolition of the
8chan.
address.
No, it'll be on our Google Doc, our shared Google Doc. So Gavroche comes in to say that General Lamarck is dead, and they make this plan to do a barricade at his funeral. What is the significance of these barricades? What does this mean? Is it just like, oh, we're going to block off a street? What's the big deal there?
Well, it's kind of what they do anymore. Protests is just to like, you know, disrupt, right?
Sure.
We are here. We are queer. You know what I'm saying?
We are French.
Yeah, same thing.
Basically the same thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Making a stench.
yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. It's kind of like, when your kid is on some fucking crazy shit and you're not listening, so they just grab something and throw it across the room.
Yeah.
It's like, hey man, what the fuck did the little toy piano do to you? And they're like, listen or everything breaks.
Sure. I think the idea is that the other people of Paris will also see this symbolic thing and they'll get enraged too, which we see later does not happen. The revolution fails.
Yeah. Well,
Very tragic.
I want to dig into what actually happened in that revolution at some point, but I didn't do it before this. But we see Cosette singing. She's also tripping about Marius. She says, "Does he feel what I feel?" Captures the pain of longing, You think that there's something there, but you don't know if the other person is feeling it too. Maybe you can remember this, James.
from
The days where before you had a family. Love.
I'm sorry. What are we talking about?
We're talking about her longing. Does he feel what I feel? And she's singing the song is he feeling the
Yeah, I
same way?
remember that. I do remember that. Yeah.
Hurts.
Yeah.
A want to desire,
It seems, I guess, something's happened in my brain that it seems pretty contrite to me now.
You mean contrived?
No, I mean another
Contrite
term.
would mean apologetic and regretful of a bad
I'm using
thing.
the term. It seems like insignificant to me now. Like that.
Trite, then.
Trite. Trite. It just and it isn't. It's just one of those hurdles that I overcame and don't have any sort of You know what? That's not true. I feel that with my kids.
There you go.
That my daughter has no idea the scope of love that I have. And sometimes the way that she treats me and talks to me really hurts my feelings.
Oh,
She's
interesting.
It's like, damn, dude, you don't even like me. They all really love their mother. I'm just like a super utility in their lives,
Do you, as her
How much
papa?
do you love your hammer?
I don't know. That's a good question. Do you, as her papa, look at her like a child lost in the woods?
Sometimes.
Does she want the truth of what happened long ago from you? Is that part of the issue here? Is that you have a dark past that you're concealing from her?
No, I don't think she understands that. She did want to know what my shirt meant today, and I had a really hard time explaining the humor. She does want to be like in on the conversation.
Yeah.
And I just don't know how to like translate decades of, experience and eventual jade to her.
I was that same way when I was a lot younger. I don't know exactly what age, but when I was in grade school and I heard other kids being like, "That's what she said." Like, I so desperately wanted to understand like what the fuck they were talking about.
You're like, who is she?
Who is this?
And I would ask my mom, like, God bless her. She's like, very like not about those type of jokes necessarily. And
Good. It'd be upsetting if your mom was making sexual jokes all the time.
Anyways, she would just be like, it's an inappropriate joke. Like, I don't even know how to explain it to you without like being inappropriate myself. And that just made me want to know what it meant even more. I was like, oh, it's inappropriate. Now I really want to know what it is.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons. And I remember being
that.
The Simpsons must be the fucking coolest shit ever.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, dude. One time, like, I was flipping through channels. It was maybe like 8. I came across Family Guy. My mom came in like 10 minutes later and was like, "Turn this off. Like, what are you doing?" I was like, "What? It's a cartoon. I don't understand."
I remember having the same experience, man. And I would figure out how to watch it anyway.
Some cartoons are for grown-ups, yeah. Maybe that's why
Raunchy
there's
TV shows.
Maybe that's why there's so many people who are obsessed with like, videos of like Marge Simpson blowing Barney and stuff like that.
Yes.
Because it was a forbidden thing as a child, the cartoon prawn. They weren't allowed to watch Family Guy, so now they want to see Lois and Chris having an incestuous 69. Stewie and Brian doing illegal stuff together. I'm not even going to say what they're doing.
This could only be concocted in the mind of $2 Tony.
Yeah, well.
No, it exists.
Yeah, that stuff does
Only
exist.
Only
Rule
$2 would
34,
know that this
if it's
exists.
real, there's porn of it.
I think it's just a faux pas to take like beloved characters and put them in these. Like the Marge Simpson thing. I remember the first time I saw one of those, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And her nips was purple. Blue, rather.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh.
It is upsetting.
It was upsetting and not upsetting.
It makes me mad that there are people out there that are aroused by that. There's a lot of fetishes that anger me on a deep level. I'm like, why are you horny for Marge?
Yeah, that's weird. You know what else is weird? So you remember that Nickelodeon show iCarly, produced by Dan Schneider?
Disgusting, man.
I know, but like the show was good when I was a kid, right? Like I enjoyed it, and then I didn't watch this, but they did like a continuation of it recently, where all the characters are grown up and doing like very adult things, and it's very like risque apparently, and it's like thinking that like everybody wanted this. It's pretty universally hated. It's like, bro, why did you guys try to take this thing that everybody liked when they were like 10 and then make it this like very mature and like disgusting thing? Like you're just like ruining good memories at this point.
Yeah, I think the idea is that, oh, well, we age with the audience, but really it just messes up people's nostalgia for a simpler time.
Yeah, it's called a swing and a miss. That's what I would think that is. Thinking that exactly what Tony said is they're thinking that they're aging with the audience, but they're totally misinterpreting what role they fucking played with the audience.
Can we talk about this next song?
What song is that?
Heart Full of Love.
Okay.
See, you don't understand this. You don't understand longing anymore. All your needs are satiated.
That's
me and Jackson. We're hungry young wolves out here, man.
Yeah.
And $2 not got as much time on his biological ticker as me.
Ooh.
It's true.
He said your time was running out, dude. You're getting old.
Now, here's the thing. You men have more time than women. I feel like that men don't hit the wall until later.
Well, that's biology.
I think the idea of hitting the wall is kind of
it's just that also. Men's, procreation abilities maintain for pretty much, varying from man to man, but generally speaking, the whole haul, right? There's guys.
Well, I haven't been able to get an erection since I was 28, so that could be a problem.
That would definitely qualify under the category of way too much information, and also I believe incorrect. Considering
you're right, it was a joke.
Okay. I sometimes, can't pick up on the sarcastic.
In fact, I was erect during this entire song when I watched the movie. Me and Jackson were watching it. Put a blanket over my lap.
Dear Lordy. So wait, who's singing it? Because I did miss.
That's what that was about.
This is Marius and Cosette singing to each other about how much they love each other, and then Eponine is like watching from the cuck chair and just like being sad about Marius because she loves Marius so much.
I don't relate to that anymore, and I do know it, but it's just been a long time.
I'm embarrassingly romantic.
Yeah,
like love really gets me, dude.
You are the archetypal lover.
Thank you. But I'm also the archetypal warrior and king and priestess also. Priest, mage.
The jester.
And the jester, for sure. But this is, like I said, one of my favorite moments is them introducing themselves to each other and song going, my name is Marius Ponmerce, and I'm Cosette, I don't know what to say. Then make no sound. She's basically like, shut up, let's just fucking gaze at each other. They're talking through this gate also, because Jean Valjean wants to keep her sheltered from the world. Yeah. She doesn't understand why. She doesn't get why he's concealing, why he needs them to be in secrecy, She's just like, my dad's so weird. And it's like, he's like, I am a convict with a secret identity, Cosette, stay in the fucking house. But he won't explain it to her. And,
but he recognizes that it's kind of fucked. Like he feels bad that she's lonely.
I feel bad. Yeah.
With only me for company.
You got it. You can do the voice.
God damn. That's
really good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
So during the song, I like also they keep interrupting each other, but then Jean Valjean is like, Cosette, come inside, and
You guys are fucking giddy over this one, dude.
his voice is so funny. The Thénardiers show up to like rob Jean Valjean, and Eponine screams to warn him, and Jean Valjean thinks Javert is there, so he's like, we have to flee to England. And Cosette is like, shit, dude, Marius is going to think that I just ran off on him. And so she leaves a letter for him, but Eponine grabs it, and then she sings another one of my favorite songs in the musical, On My Own, which this is another musical. This melody gets repeated a lot later. It's ma ba 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 ba. The streets shine like silver. I'm going to auto-tune that. But she's fantasizing about Marius. She's basically like, I dream that he's beside me, but I know that I'm just by myself. But in my mind, I'm just thinking about if we were together. That hits for me, man. When I'm pining, y'all ever pine? Y'all ever yearn? Just yearning.
All my life,
Yeah.
I've only been pretending.
Yeah, real shit, dude. Just like, without me, his world will go on turning. A world that's full of happiness that I have never known. That's so real, dude. Just like, she doesn't know who I am.
I feel like yearning is a trick. I feel like from someone who is basically landed in everything that I thought I ever wanted and did.
You also
want.
said you've gotten every babe you've ever pursued.
No, well, but I also
You don't understand our pain, bro.
But I also dug deeper into that I just kind of like recognized my stance and only went for, and I mean, which is relatable. Like, I only went hard in the paint for women that I was pretty certain were gonna, go for me.
You're a normie, bro.
Yeah.
You don't understand the pain of the incel.
Yeah, but once you end up with
Tony, you're above that, man. Come on.
everything that you thought you wanted or did want and do want and have, it's not like there's some fucking mountaintop that you get on, and now this is like an obsession of a falsehood that you're gonna like fall in love and that everything's gonna be happily ever after. It doesn't work that way. You're gonna continue. You're gonna come home to your beautiful wife and beautiful children playing in your backyard, and you're gonna be a little bit mad that they're gonna fuck up your kitchen when they come inside later. So you kind of start seeing through the veil.
Please, God, please. I want it so bad.
Yeah. I'm just saying that, like,
I'm aware because I've been in.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna fuck up my incel valor here, but I've been in many relationships, and I'll be with someone who I'm deeply in love with, and I still won't be happy because happiness has to come from within. And I know that the idea that I'm going to suddenly feel whole and my life will be complete when I find a babe and we fall in love with each other is not true. But I also think it's like very fun to fantasize about that. And I think it's amusing to joke around about it also.
Yeah. I can feel that.
To, constantly say that I'm going to commit suicide every time I see a beautiful woman. It's reflexive.
It's exhausting.
It is. It makes me sleepy.
You enjoy just like getting emotionally ripped a new one on a regular basis. That's what you're saying.
I enjoy pretending that that's happening to me. Yeah. It's a funny bit. In reality, I think I'm doing...
Isn't every joke at least 50-50?
Sure, but I used to like get extremely drunk over issues with babes, and I don't do that anymore. I don't like lay in bed staring at the wall. I get up and I go work with a newcomer.
I'm trying to remember.
So I did that type of shit too. Like when I was in college, I had this girlfriend that I really liked and ended up breaking up with her because like I couldn't keep it together. But I don't even like country music, but I was getting really fucked up just by myself and listening to That Ain't No Way to Go and like fucking crying.
Yeah, dude, I guess that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, I really enjoy getting into the melodrama of shit, and like feeling those feelings is enjoyable for me.
Start feeling those feelings.
To long and yearn and pine.
For money. Pine for money.
No.
Pine for...
I'm a romantic.
Freedom.
I do pine for freedom. That's
Well,
the other part.
money-
The other parts of
money
this
will
movie.
provide you with freedom.
The other parts of this movie that make me get emotional is them being like, we will not be slaves anymore. Like, I'm very into that shit too. Because I love America, my country. I love America more than I could ever love any friggin' woman. Lady Liberty is my day one down bitch. Her and Wendy.
Continuing with the story, Wendy.
Me and Jackson have been talking about Wendy, dude.
I believe
Me
it.
and Jackson are sharing Wendy.
That redheaded slut, bro, running our lives. Them biggie
I
bags.
pick up Wendy's. I'm not even back to my house before I'm jacking off looking at the bag.
That's a repeat joke.
Yeah,
Gotta
I know.
get that extra sauce.
Sorry. But yes, so she has this unrequited love,
Gotta
and then we
glaze
go
these
into
buns.
to One Day More, which you said was the song that you listen to at important moments in your life. I'm imagining
yes,
I'm imagining you watching your child being born, and you just have earbuds in, and it's just going like,
Dude, no, marriage, children, the day before they euthanize me when I've got like fucking brain cancer or something. Yeah.
And One Day More, it also uses a bunch of melodies from other songs in the musical. So it starts off with a from I Dreamed a Dream.
Yeah.
We see Eponine wrapping her bobs up to pretend to be a guy. I don't really know why she does that. Is it explained why she goes Mulan mode?
To be well, probably because the revolution stuff is
Mostly bros.
pretty bros. Yeah, pretty
I see,
broed
yeah.
out. And in that, what are we talking about? The 17th century here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No.
No,
19th.
19th.
really, that far down?
Yes, 1832.
1800s.
Oh, okay. Well, still, I mean, Europe, 19th century, pretty broed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's One Day More ends the first act of the musical, and in the movie we're now like an hour 20 in, I think.
2/3 of the way through.
2/3 of the way. So they front load the first half of this. In the musical, roughly same length. This is like way more stuff happens in the first half, but which is also going to be a problem for Wicked. They split the movie adaptation of Wicked into two halves. There's no bangers in the second half of Wicked. All the good songs are in the first half.
Oh, really?
Just an aside. But they
I didn't watch Wicked. Did you like that?
fucking loved it, dude. I went to the Wicked sing along hoping to meet a girl, and it was just me.
Just a bunch of gay dudes?
No. It was me and these different groups of like women in pajamas with their friends like sitting up at the front. But I'm in this row and it's me and like this mom and her daughter. And I was like, am I going to sing? And I was like, fuck this, dude. I paid for the Wicked sing along. I'm going to sing. So I was like fully reclined in my seat, like drinking Publix diet soda and being like, I'm defying gravity. And I could tell that these people were mad at me. But I'm like, dude, it's the Wicked sing along. They put the
sing-along.
words on the screen. So I had a really great time. I have some very funny videos of me.
Were
in the
you
theaters.
alone?
Yeah, I was by myself. I was supposed to go with Joseph, and he bailed on me. And so I was like,
Joseph.
yeah, from last night.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, future guest on the podcast.
We should have him on to talk about Wicked. I don't know if he's seen it yet, but
I guess I'd have to watch it too then.
they jump. They do. Do you hear the people sing fire ass song? And they
Oh, so good, dude.
yeah, and they jump on this funeral procession of the general, and then they erect these barricades, and they're like, "Everybody, give us your furniture." Apparently, all of the townspeople just have furniture that they don't need because they start chucking it out the window, and they use it to make this barricade. And
All that was like practical and real, by the way. Like
Nice.
they actually built the barricades out of like random furniture, which is pretty fucking cool.
that is cool, but it pops off immediately. I thought there would be like this long standoff, but they like start pointing guns at each other immediately. Blah blah blah. They're blicking back and forth with the troops.
Blicking.
Which, if you're gonna have like
Blackie.
if you're gonna do some kind of revolt thing, I guess it makes sense to do it at this funeral because they support the guy. But it's also like there's gonna be a bunch of armed troops there already ready to go. So
Yeah, probably not the best.
Javert,
It's undercover.
Strategically.
incognito Javert, he basically just like puts on a hat and like a little pin, and he's like, "I am not Javert," and they appoint him to find out the enemy's plans. And so he goes and he comes back. He's like, "There's not going to be an attack tonight. Don't even worry. Let's get some rest." And then Gavroche is like, "You're fucking Javert, bro," and identifies him. And they
Probably because Javert picked him up earlier.
yeah,
and was
and
like,
went,
I'm Javert.
I'm Javert. He will speak to Javert. and stared Gavroche right in his face, and Gavroche was like, And so he lied, and they knock him out. Javert goes kind of hard, though. He beats some ass before they get him on the ground.
Takes out like 4 guys before they finally get him.
Yeah. Russell Crowe's so sick.
Yeah.
See, his singing in this movie is not great, but he's one of my favorite actors.
Me too. He's got serious presence, Russell Crowe.
Yeah, and he's just a genuine drunk guy from Australia, which is amazing. Him and Mel Gibson.
Why did he get fat for that one like really shitty movie? I think it's called Rage or something.
Are you talking about Unhinged, which is an incredible movie?
You like Unhinged?
Dude, it's so good.
It's all right.
I think he got fat to play a big fat guy who's on pills.
He got fucking fat because he got fucking fat, and that movie had nothing going for it other than him, and they were just like, oh, well, I guess our
Probably he was drinking
fat.
30 beers a day.
No, I looked it up after seeing it. He got fat for the role.
Oh, good for him.
Well, he stayed fat afterwards.
Why did you not like Unhinged?
It was disappointing to see Russell Crowe like do that to himself.
Come on, man. It was great. He's very authentically feels like a crazy drunk road rage guy.
I forget when I walked out of there a little bit.
It came out during COVID. Yeah. It was like the first movie I saw during COVID.
I felt a little underwhelmed. I felt a little let down. Just like, man, I was expecting it to, I don't know. There was only one scene that was like super gory where I guess someone, what was it, like the dump truck like takes a car out or something like that.
The opening scene of him popping pills in his car and then sledgehammering into his ex-wife's house and killing her and her new husband with a sledgehammer upset me. Was like, this is fucked up. What would I do in that situation?
Get murdered.
Yeah.
Probably all of us. If Russell Crowe came at me with a sledgehammer, at least the idea of Russell Crowe, I don't know in real life how he is with a hammer, but as far as all of his acting roles go, I'm pretty sure. You know,
my good friend John Crowley is obsessed with the movie Gladiator, and Russell Crowe like came to the restaurant that John worked as a bartender at and like shut the restaurant down and stayed there for like 5 hours talking to John and inspiring him. And
oh wow,
now John's been sober for like 5 years and has a lovely family because of Russell Crowe. So shouts out to him for that.
Yeah, we should have Russell Crowe on.
Yes, I will see if we can make that happen. Eponine blocks Marius from getting shot. They're about to smoke Marius, and she goes, ugh, like throws herself in front of the bullet.
Oh, she grabs the fucking barrel of the rifle and shoves it into her chest. I was super let down.
She's such a simp.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Right into the boobies. The whole thing about that really pissed me off.
It was unfortunate. But then Marius is basically like, I'm going to do a suicide bombing, has this big thing of gunpowder, and he's like, y'all back off or I'm going to blow this whole fucking bitch up.
Yeah, I like that.
And
very ballsy.
Yeah, it was a cool move.
Very sad scene following the song with him and Eponine as she dies.
She dies, and she's basically like, oh my gosh, he's finally hugging me.
Yeah. And they're both like wet, like from...
I know she is.
Moisture from it's rained.
Yeah.
It's just a very, I don't know.
She dies
sad.
A glorious death in the arms of her unrequited love, which is...
your dream.
How I would like to go also.
Your pants were crunchy after that.
Finally confessing my love to... Why would they immediately be crunchy? What do you think? My semen is like magic shell?
No, I just think that there's a lot in your pants already.
No.
So the new stuff just needs the old stuff.
Change my underwear often.
Chemical reaction.
Personal attacks, whatever. Fuck it, we ball. Jean Valjean intercepts this letter that Gavroche...
Besides, creamy pants doesn't sound as funny as crunchy pants.
I think creamy pants sounds very funny.
It would.
I like bofa.
The old creamy pants ass.
But she gives Marius the letter that Cosette wrote. She's like, I was holding on to this, my bad. And now Marius writes a letter to Cosette.
My bad, though.
And Gavroche is going to bring it to Cosette, but Jean Valjean intercepts it, and he reads it. He's like, oh my God, this guy loves my daughter. What am I going to do? And he's like, I got to go look out for this guy and make sure that he survives this shit because him and my daughter are clearly in love. Pretty,
sweet.
You know?
Yeah, man, that's a real dad.
I must find this boy.
Yeah.
If anybody was trying to make love to my daughter, I don't know that I would go to such lengths to defend their life, but...
Oh, yeah, you would.
To each his own.
A real dad recognizing a real man in real love with his daughter will
You're saying real recognize real.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I mean, you're either going to come to terms with that or you're going to be one of the most like consistently upset human beings on earth. Like any man, like this whole like idea of dad, like with the baseball bat, fucking up every dude that comes around. Like if you don't come to terms with the fact that your daughter is a woman that's worth people's love. Now, when scum comes around,
I just say anything you do to my daughter, I'm going to do to you.
Yeah. Well, then your daughter's never going to fucking find love, bro.
If you eat my daughter's pussy, I'm going to eat your pussy.
You are going to deprive your daughter of the love you hold so dear.
I don't care. Yeah. I'll keep my daughter locked up in the basement like Joseph Fritzl. I don't give a damn.
You will. Joseph Fritzl.
One of the realest guys ever.
Ugh. I don't know who he is, but I disagree.
Look him up later.
I won't.
All right. Anyway, Javert is about to be hung. Javert's already hung, low key, but he's about to get hung.
No dong check.
No dong check in this movie. And Jean Valjean shows up and he's basically like, let me dispose of him. And he spares Javert's life. And Javert's like, you're a thief. You're always trying to make a deal. Yeah. I will not spare you. And Jean Valjean's like, I don't give a fuck. You can come find me at this address in a couple days.
Dog.
I'm going to go save this guy's life, but then you can come get me if you want to.
Yeah.
And Jean Valjean here.
That is a fucking big D move.
Yeah. We see Jean Valjean like overhears Marius like pining for Cosette, just being like, oh, I miss her. And he says a prayer for Marius to survive. The next day, the revolutionaries basically realize like no one in the city gives a shit about us. We didn't spark a revolution. Nobody came together to fight for us. And they're basically like, should we surrender?
They're like, we're going to die for nothing is like kind of what they're thinking.
And then they decide to do it.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Jackson?
I think it's fucking epic. I think it's awesome because they died for the cause. Like they died for what they believed in, which means that they really gave a shit. Like they were real. They were real homies.
They were the real ones?
They didn't just like back out just because they were going to die. They were like, nah, like this is worth dying for.
You ever see Judas and the Black Messiah?
No.
Oh, I fucking wanted to watch that. I never got around to it.
It's a movie about Fred Hampton, who's the leader of the Black Panthers in Chicago. And he's going and talking to these people about like trying to get them involved in the revolutionary cause. And they're like, but what about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X? You saw what happened to them. And he goes, to die for the cause? We should be so lucky.
Yeah.
And it is cool. I wish there was something that I cared about enough to die for.
Yeah.
If somebody, if they tried to take America, if they tried to take liberty away from us, maybe I would get in there.
I mean, that's a pretty ancient concept, dying for something bigger than yourself.
Sure.
Well, and everybody dies. You might as well die with a purpose.
It sort of provides meaning to your life.
Exactly. But it is this thing where they're like, all right, we're going to sacrifice ourselves for the cause of liberty. And they smoke Gavroche first, which kind of mobilizes everybody. But
so fucked. A couple of the soldiers are like snickering about it too. It was just like, wow, these guys have no soul. Fucking pigs.
He's a small target. It's a pretty good shot. So
ooh.
They get massacred. Blood runs in the street. Jean Valjean saves Marius, though. He grabs him, and they get flushed into the sewer. They're covered in poop. They're in Poopy Town. You want to talk Poopy Town? The sewers of Paris with the stuff that those people eat, bro. Ooh, the smell down there has got to be nasty as hell.
A very buttery poop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But
dairy.
Javert jump scare again. He appears, but he's basically like, Jean Valjean's like, I have to save this guy, and Javert's like, I'm gonna cap you. And then he doesn't shoot Jean Valjean even though he has the chance because he's tortured by the fact that he was spared by Jean Valjean. And so he has this final kind of like monologue song, and then he commits suicide. He jumps into the water, and Jackson pointed out like he doesn't like land with a splash. He fully fucking bone crunches onto the like.
It's like a Mortal Kombat sound effect.
He's like.
That's funny, yeah.
It's actually something that people critiqued about the movie. They thought like it was unnecessarily like an unnecessarily gory audio effect that they overlaid.
Sure, I didn't know that, but R.I.P. Bozo, rest in peace. You won't be missed. He's gone.
Asshole Crowe, goodbye.
Fuck Javert. And Marius is crying over the failed revolution. He has a song, Empty Chairs at Empty Tables, basically crying about this. In the real June Rebellion, 800 people died. But Cosette is kind of taking care of him. She's looking after him. They do a reprise of Heart Full of Love. And then Jean Valjean, this part didn't make a lot of sense to me. Jean Valjean's basically like, I have to leave Cosette because he doesn't know Javert's dead. And he's like, I'm going to be discovered and then she'll be disgraced. And so I'm just going to dip.
Yeah.
And he takes off. And then we see the wedding of Cosette and Marius. The Thénardiers try to infiltrate. They're stealing people's hats and shit. And they end up revealing that Jean Valjean...
He's got a painted-on mustache.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good.
They end up revealing that Jean Valjean saved Marius' life, which I guess he didn't tell him. He didn't want credit for that.
Yeah. And then Marius realizes.
Yeah. He's like, oh my God.
I got to go get this dude.
And they also reveal that Jean Valjean is in the convent. And he's about ready to die, but Cosette shows up. He has like a final song. And he's like, I learned to love. To love another person is to see the face of God.
That's my favorite line in the movie, by the way.
See?
I would get that tattooed on me. To love another person is to see the face of God.
Tramp stamp.
Lower back, dude, for real.
I don't know about lower back. I was thinking like between the shoulder blades.
Yeah.
Sure. As long as I
Do
can
not
see
have
it
any
while I'm
tats currently,
behind you.
by the way. But if I was going to get one, that would be it.
Tony going hard in the paint today on the innuendos.
So Jean Valjean is dying and he sees the dead revolutionaries and together they do a reprise of Do You Hear the People Sing? And that is the end of the film. I give it...
He's dying and then he's reunited with
Fantine also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is kind of a cool touch. I thought that was...
For sure.
Yeah.
We get to see her again. I missed her.
And the bishop
Yeah.
has a brief appearance.
Yeah, there's like a whole... What's he dying from? Sadness?
He's fucking old, bro.
Because it's the end of the movie?
He is old as hell. If you think about the fact that it starts off, he's already done 20 years hard
He
labor.
dies
right?
from arc completeness syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got to be like 70 if you do the math on it.
I know. He don't look it.
Yeah.
Our man's
He
eating a
looks
lot
good.
of chicken thighs.
That's what's up.
Yeah, dude. That's what's up.
But that's how it ends.
That's what he said when they asked him if he took steroids for the Wolverine role. He was like, nope, just a lot of chicken.
Good for him.
I don't know if it's the truth, but it's what he said. It's what he maintains.
He's a very versatile actor. I don't love his singing voice, but I think he does a great job in this role. Aside
it
from
doesn't.
that.
I didn't like his voice in this. I didn't particularly like this movie, but it didn't took nothing away from Hugh Jackman. I do still love that. I maintain that it was just not my cup of tea, is all.
Okay.
But I like that you can still appreciate that, like, it's
Yeah.
a quality film.
Well, it's an incredible achievement. I'm really glad that Tony brought up the recording thing because I noticed something different. I was like, God, it feels. My very first note in this is real singing.
Yes.
And that was like something I noticed immediately. I was like, man, this is not overproduced. Audio, visually super big, pretty cool.
Also,
You know?
like a lot, I don't know if all, but like it's either nighttime and when it's daytime, it's very overcast. Like in almost every scene, it's
Yeah.
it's very gray. It's
Yeah,
very
very-
dingy.
It's a
very nasty.
grimy time in history.
Well, and Les Mis is
That's also very
famously
Europe,
a
I feel
sad
like.
story. I mean,
It
it's
means the
fucking-
suffering.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
called
title.
Miserable.
Yeah.
Like, so, and I really liked that girl looked, the young Cosette looked identical to the famous artwork of Les Mis, the little French girl with the flowing hair. I mean, it's almost like they cast her. So we kind of like got into how important this was to Jackson. Is this super important to you now, Tony? Let's give it I guess we're going to rate it.
You were going to rate it, Tony.
these,
What do you think?
8 out of 10. I would say
That's pretty good.
some of the songs from it have just become like listening over and over. I've also been practicing singing I Dreamed a Dream because it's in my range, so I might do that at karaoke at some point. But that song hits me. My life is good now, but it is like something, if I had seen this movie when I was still drinking, I would have like obsessed over it for days, just because it does that particular moment of her being like, my life is so fricked up.
So are you guys doing karaoke regularly now?
Not regularly.
should.
I busted out the butt rock and killed it on my first try.
Which track?
He did Creed, Higher.
Yeah.
Did a great job.
That's right. Where at?
What was that?
Someplace in Ybor. I don't know what it's called.
But I don't know. There was a few people in there vibing with it.
There you go.
All I cared about was that I worked up the courage to get up there and do it in front of a bunch of people that I don't know. But
Oh yeah.
like, dude, I was shaking so bad, like I could not hold the microphone steady, but I still like hit every note. That was great.
I will say this director went on to make, as I said, The Danish Girl, which is about an early transgender person. Mm-hmm. And then he made
Cats.
the movie version of Cats, which is one of the biggest
Bombs and
turds ever. It's horrible. I went to see it on mushrooms
That's like Taylor Swift's only movie.
and had a
credit,
great time.
too, right?
Untrue. She was in Amsterdam in 2019.
Oh, she was
Tony,
in
I didn't
that?
know you saw it while you were tripping. That's crazy, man.
I was very high on mushrooms and was like crying laughing. It's a very bad movie.
And what's his name?
It's worth a watch for how bad it is, but you want to talk about a plot that goes nowhere. Every song in that movie is a cat introducing himself, and then the movie just ends.
Really?
They introduce this full cast of characters, and then they're like,
Cats.
okay, now this one cat is gonna go to heaven and get
Hold on.
reborn, and then
properly,
it's
let's
over.
properly pronounce cats.
Yeah, that was a joke.
Yeah, I know. I'm with it. I was trying
Thank you.
I was trying to fucking ride the wave.
But yeah, I guess Tom Hooper hasn't. Cats kind of like screwed him over because that was 5 years ago and he hasn't done anything since. But
Famously hated.
yes,
I think having a
he
national.
worked on John
international
Adams.
bomb.
The John Adams miniseries is so fire.
Paul
It's really
Giamatti.
good. It's really, really good. Dude, when the scene of that guy getting tarred and feathered, oh God. Can you imagine getting tarred and feathered?
I do often. Getting run at right at
Like, is that your kink?
no, they ride you out of town on a rail. You just put you on a rail and you have to go out of town with everybody making fun of you and you're all covered in tar and feathers.
That's not good.
That happens in Huck Finn also to somebody.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like you're pretty tuckered out.
I feel like no, I'm just maybe I am. I don't know.
Should we do a reprise of your song?
Maybe one day, not today.
Okay.
I don't know how.
I would play the backing track over the headphones,
No.
then you could sing it.
No, I'm not feeling it confident. I came in here on a ton of confidence, but I guess my confidence was not as
False.
sturdy as I thought.
I punctured you like a big balloon.
And that's bullshit. That shouldn't be, I shouldn't be that easy to do that. Maybe I just wasn't as,
Yeah, I didn't take you as a puncturable
I'm used
guy.
to my audience being under the age of 5
Yeah.
and already very much in love with me.
Yeah.
So
I'm in love with you,
maybe,
but I'm 33.
I don't know. I want to listen to the other version first.
What if you found out all the stuff that I'm saying about unrequited love is actually, I'm just thinking about James all the time. He'll never know how I feel.
Where are we at on the clock?
We're over 2 hours, man.
Wow.
Oh, man.
We dug deep.
So there's a reason that I'm tuckered out.
I thoroughly enjoyed this, guys. This was spectacular. I
a
hope
good
you
time.
guys enjoyed it as much as I did.
Absolutely. Any closing thoughts on the movie? On the conversation? Also on our closing song, which is causing us mucho copyright issues.
You know what? Like, since I'm the one who uploads this and I don't like seeing that little icon, just use your typical outro, man. I mean, I've got lots of ideas for what we could use, but they're all copyrighted. So let's not do that and just make it easy on ourselves. Closing thoughts on the film. I fucking love this movie. If you haven't seen it, give it a watch for sure.
Yeah.
Even if it's not your thing, it's just worth seeing. There's a lot of funny references you can make. I give this movie a 9 out of 10, particularly because it's a well-made film and because like I just have like a lot of emotional connection to it. One other thing I did want to point out that we didn't talk about was the candles that the bishop gives Valjean. They keep reappearing throughout the film.
Oh, really?
Even like in the final scene when he's sitting there like dying and there's
show
a
them,
crucifix. Yeah, the candles are on either side of the crucifix.
Well, that's a relatable subject too, because I, eventually learned that punishment never did the trick for me, and that God's love is what fixed or helped me change my life. and God's love being shown through the love of other people. You know, so that idea that for once in Jean Valjean's life, another man gave him love and gave him another chance through those candlesticks or whatever. And that's what sort of changed the whole trajectory of his life. I mean, that makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah, very symbolic of that arc for him.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's summed up in that line: to love another person is to see the face of God. And a good friend once told me, no one hated themselves into having a better life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I really like the moral elements of this story, that it's about, you know, the importance of having a cause, but also of like kindness to others, and that his whole life is set in motion by that act of kindness from the bishop, where he's like, "You stole from me." I think in the book he actually bonks him on the head while he's stealing from him, and the guy is still just like, "No, I'm gonna cover for you." Like,
oh, he hurts him, and he's still, yeah,
like that kind of selfless sacrifice for people in need gives my life meaning, I would say.
Oh yeah.
So I do think this is a very meaningful movie, and it is important to me now.
And I
do want to see the musical live.
It definitely stands out.
For sure.
I'll say that. So like, it's memorable for sure. And next week we're going to be doing Forrest Gump with our boy
Christ.
Zach. What? Jesus Christ.
Such
I
a
cannot
long
wait
movie.
for that.
It's a long movie, but
So is this.
It's Forrest Gump. Yeah, dude. All these fucking movies with Deer Hunter was fucking long.
I know.
Barry
It's
Lyndon was
everything-
long as
everything-
shit.
Barry Lyndon, and you had to watch it like 12 fucking times.
Oh my god, dude! Oh my god, I still have PTSD from
We've got
that
some.
shit.
We've got some art on the way too, which is cool. So the visuals here are going to change a little bit. I got a few things coming. I want to have the whole collection together, do it at once. But email the show if you were doing loves with your lady and she smacks you on the ass. We want to know.
I really want to know about that.
Yeah, and I don't know what the lady version of that question would be, because that seems to be more typical behavior in that direction.
Well, what's like a thing? Yeah, for sure. You love to smack a woman on the butt while I'm thrusting.
So
I am trying to.
it's called The Jimmy Spice Show at gmail.com. And, you know, we'd like to answer some questions and hear from you guys. And we'll be back next week. Thanks, Snacks. And
Ladies, what are you doing if your man shoves his nipples in your mouth?
All right, there you go. Adios.
Peace.
Peace.